Hi, Shekhar. Good morning.
Hi, bro.
Yeah, I'm just sharing the screen. Hope you're able to see my screen, right?
Yes, bro.
Yes. Today is day 5, and today's topics, like in Terraform, we are going to cover what do you mean by taint, what do you mean by destroy, what do you mean by provisioners, and types of provisioners, what do you mean by data sources, what do you mean by local values, and all those things. And today's topic is damn important, and these topics must known by the every Terraform engineer, because in day-to-day life, all these are required. Correct?
Yes, bro.
So yeah, all these
Bro,
things.
before getting into
Yes.
that, when we hit Terraform init,
Yeah.
it will, the first step will be like initializing the backend.
Hope you're aware. Hope you remembered. It does 3 things.
Yes, 3 things in that. One is backend, and then is second one is plugins.
Yes. Next,
that
what is the next one?
Next one, it is the configuration only, no?
See, one is it initializes the repositories. Sorry, folders. I mean to say the directories and the files having extensions in .tfs. And the next one is it downloads all the plugins and dependency, blah, blah, blah. It does everything. And hope you're aware. Right. And the third one is if any new file is been added, then we have to keep the Terraform init for sure.
Yes, bro, that is aware. I just want to know what exactly initializing the backend in the sense.
Backend, backend, if you mention the word as a backend, it means that all the .tf files only, it basically it initializes. That's the meaning of a backend. Actually, the actual meaning of a backend basically occurs when you know the topic of state management in S3 bucket. That you'll be getting down the line. You'll be
we are
getting
having
more
that in that syllabus. Okay.
Exactly. And of course, that is the state management. How the state management files are storing in the S3 bucket. That concept is a backend. That we are calling it as remote state backend.
Okay.
Got the point?
Yes, bro.
Okay. Yeah. Now the first topic as per this day 5 schedule is a taint. So when the taint will be used. So I just want to give an example with respect to give an understanding. Let's say example like you have in the real world, you have like 10 services on the console. Okay. Some engineer, he unknowingly or knowingly done some changes to the one of the service. Okay. And you don't know what is that service is all about. Or else you know that service is what about. Let's say example, there are 2 services, EC2 instance and one EIP example. Okay. One of a developer or maybe one of the other folk has done some changes, and for reverting back it requires a lots of effort from the console part. So to avoid that, taint comes into the picture. What does the taint do? Taint does is like it deletes the existing service and it recreates it with the help of Terraform state file. Okay, let's go with an example. Okay, I just logged into the ARM machine. I'm creating a directory. Yeah, what I'm doing, yeah. Main.tf provider. Quickly, I'll be writing all those details. Region 2. I'm putting it as EC2, some name, custom name. AMI is equal to And next instance underscore type is equal to t2.micro. Let's put a tag. Name is equal to, I'll put it as Shaker just for time being. Let's grab the AMI from the repository. I'm sorry, from this one. I copied it. Paste, okay. And along with that, let's create another service.
Okay.
Hey, Shaker, I'm getting a disturbance. Creation of EIP service. Hope you're able to hear me, right? Creation of EC2 service.
Yes, bro.
Yeah. For EIP service, resource, AWS, underscore EIP. I'll put it as EIP just for time being. I'll use a name as my own EIP, something like that. I'm putting it. I'm saving it. I'm just initializing. There is a mistake. Yeah, forgot the bracket. Oh. The first command after writing the code is let's validate.
Name is not expected.
One second. Let's go to the documentation. Okay, see, in this way, like, see, of course, this is registry, providers, AWS, documentation, EIP. Oh, it's nothing. There is nothing like name. We have to put VPC is equal to true.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a mistake. I've done it. So in this way, you have to debug it. Got it?
Yeah.
If we put VPC is equal to true, what does it mean is this EIP will be creating under the default VPC.
Default VPs.
Correct.
Bro, sorry for taking this doubt, but
Yeah,
in Kubernetes
go ahead.
also we're having taint concept, no?
Exactly, yes.
How similar this to one, bro?
That is a different, like, that taint will be under the combinations of tolerations. There will be a concept called taint and tolerations. With respect to the tolerations, the taint will work. There, the concept could be is, let's say, like, you want the pods needs to be deployed only on the
control nodes.
Let's say example. You
You
don't want the pods needs to deploy on one particular node.
Okay.
You have 3 worker nodes. You don't want the pod need to be deployed on particular worker node. Let's say first worker node. In those cases, you have to maintain the taint and tolerations.
Yes.
So there will be like conditions with respect to that. Like there are 2 to 3 conditions are there. With respect to that, we have to write it.
Okay. Yeah, bro. Continuing that, by default on master node, we can't deploy the pods. So with
Exactly.
taint, we can deploy, right?
Yeah, by default, when we get the branded, like by default, the master node is already tainted.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's the reason when we hit kubectl apply and deploy.yaml, it will not deploy into the master node because by default the taint is tainted.
Okay.
Okay, see, when you see on the screen for this one, it is creating two services. One is EC2 instance and one is EIP. Okay, I'm quickly applying the change and okay. It started, oh my God, so fast in EIP, it's created it. So you can see on my screen, I refreshed it, one EC2 instance is created, and let's go and check the EIPs as well. So you can see one EIP has been created. Okay.
Yes, bro.
Okay. So yes. Now my intention is, let's say I am a user or maybe one of the engineer in the organization. I have done some change on the EC2 instance. Let's say I've used saying as I've changed entirely the name. I used Srikanth, something I've used it. Okay, I changed the entire scenario and I added the tags. I added the like wanted tags like place is equal to Hyderabad. Something I added. I done some mess. Okay.
Okay.
And you got to know that like this has been messed. There are lots of changes. Rather than going into the
those changes includes anything.
Anything the changes could be. Rather than going into the EC2 instance and edit and delete it.
Okay.
See, now you found there are two changes. One is the name of the instance and the tag of the instances. Let's say you got there might be like 10 to 15 changes on particular thing. Let's say like someone has changed the EC2 IP and all those things, and I have not attached the EIP. Point to be noted. Okay, I just created two services. That's it.
Yes.
Okay, and someone changes security groups, and someone changed the key pair. Someone changed a lot of things for any service. So in those reasons, the most important point to be noted is, see, I'm opening again in the main.tf. Every time we have to remember the resource name and the custom name, what we put it. Let's say this is that service. The service which we are about to take, we have to remember this resource name and custom name. Got it? Just go down and hit this command called Terraform taint. And what is the resource name?
AWS instance is the resource
instance name. Dot what is the name?
EC2.
Correct, got it?
Yes,
just hit enter. What it is saying? The particular resource has been tainted.
Yes.
So what now we have to do is just hit the plan button.
Okay.
And you can view the information like what it is saying. See, one to add, one to destroy. What it is saying is it got that information that someone is changed something and it gives us details. And what it is saying is, it is saying the particular information which we are about to taint that will be replaced with a new one. That will happen with respect to the state file.
Okay.
So now let's hit apply button. And point to be noted, once the apply has been done and the resource has been replaced, the taint will go to the untaint again. See, it is destroying. See, it is destroying it. Okay, 9AC. See, if you go here, see 9AC. See, it will destroy this EC2 instance. See, it is destroying it. And automatically, it will create the new EC2 instance.
With the same old name?
Exactly.
Okay.
See, it creates the new name. So how this happens is, it picks up the information from tf state file, I mean to say.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
So it started creating the new EC2 instance. See here?
Yes, bro. Bro, this custom name, where we can find in console, bro?
See, if you see this new EC2 instance, it's created with our name which we put on the script. Shaker, and previously it was this one, it is terminated, and this has been under progress for creation.
Okay. Check the tags for Shaker, bro. Yeah.
Yes. See, you can see it is on button. It's back to the same state. That is happened with respect to the .tf state file. And
bro,
see,
one doubt, bro. I have asked This custom name we are giving for every resource, no?
Yeah.
Also, we are defining tags. Tag name we can check with the name of the service, whatever we are creating, where these custom names will get reflected in
No,
console.
I'll say you. Custom names are only our purpose. That's it.
Okay.
See, let's say now I have tainted it. For tainted, it requires a default resource and a custom resource, correct?
Yes.
For making that, we have to use our own custom names. You can put it your any custom names with your requirement. You can put your name. You can put your decent name. You can put it anything else. But don't put the name which was there here.
Resource. Okay.
Exactly. Never ever put a name which is having the default resource to the custom resource.
Okay.
Okay, you got the point, right?
Yes. Bro.
See, now I have tainted it. It's done the point, right? See, let's say I will hit plan button again now, just for time being.
Okay.
What it is saying? See, oh, okay. See, now it is saying there are no changes and etc. Let's say I'll hit the apply button.
Okay.
Just want to check for our confirmation. Okay. See what it is saying. There are no changes and your infrastructure is up to date. Okay. Here the few points that you have to remember is when we are tainting any resource, okay, after hitting Terraform apply, it destroys the particular resource and it recreates the new resource with the help of TF state file, and it will again go to the untainted mode.
Okay.
Got the point, right? Any
Yes,
doubts
yes.
in taint?
No, bro.
Yeah.
But applying taint, how means like what is the order? We need to apply first taint, or else.
Yeah. See, as I showed you, like when you go to the history, for which service you want to taint it first. Let's say example, you want to taint it for one particular service. Just hit this command, Terraform taint, default resource plus custom resource name. That's it.
Okay. If
It will taint the particular service. That's it. Yeah.
If for suppose we need to taint all the services in main.tf,
then you hit destroy button, right? Okay. If you want a taint for all the resources, hit all Terraform taint, this thing, Terraform taint, this thing, Terraform. All you can do it one at a time. No problem.
Okay, and you said like taint is a temporary service. Whenever we go for apply again, it will go back to default. Untaint, right?
I mean to say, let's say you have tainted a service.
Okay.
And when you hit apply button, tainted, when you hit a tainted service for particular service, when you hit apply button, apply command, the service will be destroyed and it will recreate new one and it will go to the untainted mode.
Yes.
That's what I'm about to say. Got the point, right? So now you got the difference between a taint and a destroy. Taint means it destroys and recreates of a particular resource. Destroy means it destroys the entire infrastructure.
Yes.
Got the point, right?
Yes, bro.
Okay. Let's go back to the our concept and just yeah. Where's our PPT? Yeah. And next. So what happens is like, till now we have been working only on the creation. I mean, just now we have worked only on the creation of resources and destruction and all those things. So now, like, I just want to go with another concept called as provisioners. What are these provisioners are? Like why we require provisioners and all those things, we'll get to know now. Provisions can be used to model specific actions on the local machine or on a remote machine in order to prepare servers or other infrastructure objects for service. If you put a definition aside, what basically provisions are want to do? Let's take a layman example. Okay, not even layman, just take a technical example. You have a file on your local, let's say some text file. You want to move that file or copy the file into the instance. What is the process you follow? Just want to know from your end, Shekhar.
I have a file in my instance. Okay.
You have file in your local. Okay, you have a file in your laptop under some folder.
Okay.
Okay, and you have one EC2 instance. Let's say example. Yeah, you have an EC2 instance.
Okay.
How you will copy the file from local to what do you call the EC2 instance?
Local means base machine, or that is also instance?
Local means a base machine. Your laptop.
Okay. If it is WinSCP, we can do.
Okay. Okay. Next.
If it is both same OS, then we can go for SCP command.
Okay. Okay. Next. Yeah, good options. Good options we have. Let's say I want a file. When the instance is creating, I want to send the file automatically. I don't want all these WinSCPs and everything.
Okay.
For that options, we have a concept called provisioners. So like there are three types of provisionings. One is file provisioning, another one is local provisioning, another one is remote provisioning. So now we'll go into the each and every one in detail. Okay. If you want to transfer the file from source to destination, then file provision is the correct option to use it. Okay. And let's go and quickly jump into the demo. Okay. Let's destroy it.
So file provisioner is only to copy the transfer files, not directories.
Yes. So in an example, yeah, exactly. If you want any file that needs to copy from your this to there, anywhere.
Yes. Okay.
Destroys. Yeah, it's destroyed. Let's go to the main file. So what I'll be doing is I'm commenting it as usually.
Okay.
So now I'll be doing creation of the file provisioner. Okay.
Okay.
Same script. Okay. Okay, let me go towards it down so that you'll be having a more understanding. I'm poking down. Let's delete this one as of now. Avoid the confusion. Okay. Insert provisioner PROVI7. Okay. And the file. Now we are starting with the concept called file, right? So now we are starting a file. And let's say I have a source file in my what do you call in this path. Let's say root where we are now. PWD under root day 5. Okay. Day 5. Okay. Here, let's say I will be creating one file. Okay. I'll name this text file as text.txt. Okay. Destination. It means in the EC2 instance which we are about to create. In that, where exactly you want the file needs to be. Let's say I want the file to be in this location. It's an example. Take any location. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Any doubts so far?
No, bro. In this destination, whatever the path you have given, what if this path is not there or it is not correct?
Let's say like you will be knowing it, right? So let's say you want to know for every EC2 instances, if you want to know the path, like, you can hit it in this way, or if you want to know where exactly you want to send the file, you'll get to know, right? Let's say I want to send the file in particular folder or in this path
Yes,
or /dev. You can put it automatically in that.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, we'll
the
see
next,
this one.
yeah. And the next one. And the next one for making. See, now what we have done is we have just created a provisional file with having source and destination. But we need some more details also, because for source and destinations, it is file. Okay, it is fine that we can, but there should be some connection, right? From source to destination, there should be connection. There should be some connection that needs to establish, correct?
Yes.
For that, we have to write even the connection script as well. What does it gives the information about the connection is what is the medium that we are using? Type is SSH. Okay, what is the host or name that we are about to give it? If we give in this way, let's say, what does it mean? It is saying that take the public IP, which is about to assign to the new instance. That is the meaning of the self.public_IP.
Okay.
Okay, and next the which user you want me to log in. I'll say EC2-user. You want that instance needs to be logged in. And what is the key that I have to use it? Okay, here the name. Okay, as of now, I'll put it in this way. Okay, I'm just saving it. I did not put any information. Okay.
Okay.
Now, when we are logging into this instance, what exactly we are hitting? See, I want to log into the particular instance. See, refresh. I want to log into the this instance. See, what is the command that we'll be using it? This PEM file also will be using it, right?
Yes, yes.
So what we have to do is take this PEM file. Actually, I have in my local. Actually, let's open the PEM file. Yes. Yeah. I have this PEM file. Okay, it is there in my local machine. Just copy that. Okay, so you can see all this PEM file with starting with private key, blah blah blah, and everything. But it's a .pem. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So just go here, hit ls. Okay. What's the name? It was there with for that PEM file. TISC.pem. Okay, don't edit anything as it is, paste it as it is. Okay, save it. Now, where exactly I have pasted the PEM file? Under the root day 5, correct?
Yes.
Just go back. Yeah, and similarly, we will create a text file. Okay.
Yeah.
Test file. Oh, sorry.
tst.txt.
Yeah. What I'll put as hi. I'll put it something as welcome to the Terraform training session. Okay. So if you want to view what is there in this, just like information. Okay. So now what we have information under the root day 5, we have PEM file and we have our some source file. Okay. I'm just going to the main file.
Okay.
Shekhar, I'm just getting a disturbance. Okay, I'm just going into the root day 5, and what is the file we have? .pem. Okay, PEM. Yeah. And what was the time that you want me to give for logging into it? You can put any time. Okay, just for timing, I'm just giving it as 4 milliseconds. Okay, I'm just closing it. So you understood, right? As of now, what we have done, Shekhar?
Yes, bro. In connection, whatever we have defined, so it is mandatory fields, right? For any provisioner. Provisioner. Yeah.
Yeah, for provisioner, yes, these are the mandatory field. For file provisioning, okay. For file provisioning, these are the mandatory field. Okay. And see now, okay, now you're about to creating the resource, but for logging into it, resource we required a key, right?
Yes.
T underscore name is equal to PRACTISC. Got it? I mean to say for logging into the instance, we required a PEM file, correct? I'm just giving the name of that one. Okay, and it is done. And let's see how it goes on. Okay. I'm saving it. Okay.
Okay.
I'm interested to watch this one now. Sorry. In it. Okay. Validate. Oh, it is valid. Good. It's plan. So in the plan file, it will simply say like we are creating one EC2 instance, and it doesn't show anything like what is the file that we are picking up and from where exactly. It simply says like known only after apply. Okay.
Yes.
Let's hit this Terraform apply. Apples. Okay. It is applying it. You can see over here. Refresh. Under progress. It is creating. Let's wait for 20 seconds for creating this one. Okay, see now it is provisioning the file. You can see on my screen it is done. See how quick it is done. Just go to the EC2 instance where it is. Refresh. See a new EC2 instance created, right? Let's logging into that. Okay. Shekhar, you're understanding, right?
Yes, bro. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just logging into the instance. Okay. Yes, this is a newly created instance, Shekhar. Okay.
Yes, yes, bro. Yes.
Okay. Now, if I hit PWD, home EC2 user, correct, right? In this only it should be exist, right? LS.
Yes,
see, it is there. See, the file has been copied. See.
Yeah.
So you got it now, right?
Yes, bro.
So
now we have copied the file while launching instance on that.
Exactly. Like, you have to remember all these things and everything. And point to be noted, this key name, it's a key name is like we have to assign this while we are launching this. What is the intention is for logging, we require some information, right? So where this key name you got it is nothing but when you go to the key pair and we have to create a key pair. Hope you're aware, but still I'm just showcasing it just for your understanding and practice purpose. You should not face this issue. Under the key pair, just create a key pair within the same name and download it. It automatically downloads in your local machine. Okay. So any doubts in the file provisioning concept, Shekhar?
Bro, once we have launched one instance with the one key pair and we have lost that key pair and we have again want to log in back, how can we do that?
Gone. That's it. There is no other way that we cannot logging into the EC2 instance. In simple way, man, just think it in a layman example. You lost your lock for your bike, man. How do you start?
Yeah, it's not possible.
Correct. It's not possible at the time. So the other ways that you have to do it is take a backup of, take a snapshot or AMI from the EC2 instances and create a new EC2 instance with the same data. So at the time, like we have to, there is a other process that we have to create a new instances with the same data.
Okay,
that comes
bro.
under the AMI's concept and everything.
Yes.
So now it is clear, right? I'm just trying it.
Bro, in real times, this file provisioning, what kind of files we need to be transferred?
Let's say like example, okay, let's say example like I'm just saying an example only. Okay.
Okay.
Let's say you want to send a file that needs to access the database.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys are using a legacy environment. That I mean to say that your application is in the EC2 instance. Okay. And that EC2 instance is connected to the one of the database, let's say RDS or something else. Okay. For connecting, for communication from EC2 instance to the some database, it requires a path authentication, correct? For those authentications that you want to put it in file and you have to read that file from the code, correct?
Oh yeah, yes.
Yes. For that, like ID, password, API endpoint, all those details are required, correct?
Yes.
So in those cases, like we'll be sending this file towards the instance level. That is one of the example I've said. There are many there are many ways. I mean to say that there are many purposes that we can use it actually. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it right. I'm destroying it.
Yes, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Next will when it's destroying, until it destroys. What do you say? Oh, yeah. So you understand the file provisioning and the importance of file provisioning. Okay. Now quickly jump into the next concept called as local provisioning. Okay. And one point to be noted is local provisions that we'll never use in real time. Local provisioning is like a file that will be created in a base machine from remote machine. Okay, you got the point. I'll just say again. Let's say like you are launching an EC2 instance and you want a file needs to be created and the content of the file. And the file should exist in your local, not in the remote.
Yes.
In those cases, then we'll be using the local execution. I'll just give an example. You can see on my screen. Let's say like you want an Ansible playbooks that needs to run. Okay. But you don't. But you do not need. I mean, Ansible playbook needs to be run in the created EC2 instance, but those data needs to save it in my local. In those cases, then we can use this concept. But in real time, we don't use this concept. But still, but for knowing purpose, I'll just explain you. I'll just showcase you how the local-exec provisioner works and what type of, I mean, how it will save in my local. That I can explain you right away with an example.
Because in real time we work completely on remote.
Exactly. Okay. And it destroyed. Yeah, of course we'll never use anything else, right? I'm just as usually I'm just commenting this one.
Bro, if you want to transfer multiple files, in the sense every time we need to give provisioner file source destinations.
Exactly. We want to do it every time in that way.
Okay.
Now let's create. Oh, it's not writing. Creation of what do you call the next concept called as local provisioning. Okay. Sorry. Okay, let's copy this one. Paste. Okay, here. Okay, now we are using local, right? The default resource will be exec. Okay. So here, command is equal to. Let's say I want to create a file with the name shaker.txt. Okay. Let's say I want to create a file with respect to this one. That's it. There's nothing information other than that. Just want to do it. I'm saving it. Okay. So what exactly you see? I'm just hitting the ls button. See, there is no file with shaker. Okay. And once the creation is done, you'll be getting a file with name shaker.
Okay. So this local provisional is to transfer files from base machine to remote machine or to execute commands?
It's not like transferring the file. It's like only execution purpose, it is using the remote machine, but the file we can get it only in our local. Only for execution purpose only, it is using the resource. That's it.
Okay.
See, I'm hitting the apply button. It's under progress in terms of creation. It will take more 10 seconds to create. Yeah, it's completed. See what exactly it showcases. It is saying that executing in terms of a shell. Now hit ls. See here. You got the point, right, Shekhar?
Yes, bro. Yes.
So it means that if we have anything in our local, I mean to say that you want to execute something. For execution purpose, you can use any of the resource actually.
Okay.
Got it? For execution purpose only, we have to use that resource, but the file needs to be saved in your local. Then in those cases, local provisioning is the best choice.
Okay.
Got it clear with the local provisioning?
Yes, bro. Yes.
So in the real time, we'll be using the remote and file actually.
Okay.
Okay, let's quickly destroy this. Just go back to the slide and like remote. So how we have done the file provisioning? File means in the name itself, we understood that if we want to send a file which is there in our local to the EC2 instance or to the destination machine. Let's say something I have to execute in the EC2 instance while creating only. Then
Okay.
Remote-exec is the perfect option. You got the point, right? What I'm about to say. Let's take an example so that you'll be understanding in more detail.
Okay.
Let's go to the EC2 instance, and I'm again commenting the Local-exec. Creation of the remote provisioning. It is similar to the what do you call the file one, similar to the file with the minimal changes in terms of file. The copy the same thing which we have done for the file. Okay. And paste it under the remote. Oh, it did not copy it. Copy. Oh, yeah, come on. Copy. Okay. So the same thing, but it has a minimal change. What is that? Is now we'll be going with a remote, right? In the remote, change this resource name to remote-exec. And then we have to use a concept called inline provisioning in the remote concept. It is simple. Whatever you want to put it, just put it under here. Let's say example, like we'll be creating a file. Okay, we want a file needs to create in the destination. Okay, I'll put with raj.text. Okay, I want let's say I want a content needs to be present in the that one. I'll say hello, welcome to the new EC2 instance. Okay, and I want this content to be executed in the newly text file. Okay, and let's give a comma because it's a commands. Oh. Now I want a software that needs to install. Hey, you know it, right? By default, there will be no software installs, correct? Shekhar, you there on the line?
Yeah. Yes, bro.
Yeah.
By default, yeah.
Yeah. Let's say example, like if you want to install any software. Okay. Any software. Let's say example, like after if you have a brand new machine, EC2, when you check the HTTP software, will it be available?
No.
We have to use this command, right, for installing it?
Yes.
Hey, 1 second. 1 second here. Someone is calling me. 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I want this way. And I want these things needs to be do while systemctl start httpd. Okay. Yeah, it's enough. It's enough as of now. Yeah. So what you understood now by these commands, Shekhar, I want to know from you now.
While launching, it has to create that file, and along with that, it has to install the package and start the service.
Exactly. Okay. Don't forget the commas. All these are like, it's a commands, right? And don't forget the commas. And don't forget even the inverted commas as well. I forget it now. You got it, right? So what it
File
is?
provision, can't we execute the commands, bro?
Yes, you can do it. Yes, you can execute the commands, but there is a way of doing it. Like, let's say in those cases, right? You have to how you can execute the commands in the file. You say me. You can file in the name itself. You understand that it is a file that is basically for copying from here to there.
Yes.
Let's say we'll do. Let's say like you want to execute. You have like 10 commands, man. Let's say example, you want to do 10 operations. Now I'm doing only 4 operations. Let's say you want to do 10 or 15 operations. If you feel that to put all this content in the script, let's create an empty file and put map that empty file here. No problem. It will execute all the content which is there in that empty file in the remote machine. That way also you can do it. But remember one thing, like if you want anything that needs to be that should install or create while creating the instance, Remote-exec is a perfect choice. And rest of things like as usual.
Parameters are same.
Same for file, how we have used for the file, and similarly this is also the same. Okay, I'm saving it. Let's hit the validate button. Command. Okay, it is success. And when you hit the plan, yeah, apply. You can see on the screen that what are the things that it creates, it installs, everything you can see on the screen. See, it gives us the information. Just wait for 10 to 20 seconds. It gives us the more information.
So here it is throwing this timeline, so 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
See, it is giving us the information of what are the things that it is about to create. It is connection using. And what are things that it will create? See, it is installing the package. You have seen it, right?
Yes, yes.
So it is installing the package. See, there are in HTTP package, there are 222 dependencies or some services, internal services also there. See, all these things are installing right away. While creating the instance, these things will be there at the time. Package has been installed. See, now done. See, done. Now we are in the same machine. I just want to showcase you that just in my EC2 instance, I've not installed any HTTPD. Okay, I'm just
Yes.
showcasing you that by any brand new EC2 instance, this package will not be installed. I'm just showcasing you. Okay, let's jump into the created one. Where exactly it created? Refresh. It's created a one. Just go here. Copy. Login. Yes. And if you hit ls, see, you have seen a raj.txt.
Yes,
See, you're able to see, right? And along with that,
yes.
if you see the service status, so you can see it is an active and running state.
Yes.
It means the package has been installed successfully from there. Got it?
Yes, yes.
Got it, right? So yeah, that's the
Yes.
concept. I'm destroying it. Do you have any questions in the provisional? With this, like we have covered the file provisioner, what do you call this one? Remote provisioner and the local provisioner. Do you have any doubts so far in the provisionals concept and the tainting concept so far?
No, bro. So file provisioners is mainly for transferring the files, and if you want to execute anything, you can go for remote.
Exactly, exactly. In the real time, we'll be using the remote and the file.
Okay.
Okay.
One doubt, bro.
Yeah.
We have did AWS config. We have did right.
Where?
In yesterday Visual Studio Code from terminal, you have hit that AWS config command, right?
Correct. Yeah.
For that, you said like we need to install AWS CLI.
Correct.
Same thing I did, bro, in Azure VM. I have taken Azure VM appreciation and installed Azure CLI in that VM only.
Okay.
And tried Azure config from that VM only, but it's not taking. What is how the process, bro?
Just check the documentation of the Azure CLI. What are the things that needs to install for getting into it? Because see, if you take any branded EC2 instance, in the EC2 instance, AWS CLI will be automatically installed. No need to install again if it doesn't available. Similarly, now in the EC2, like whatever you said, like Azure VM, just check it whether Azure CLI is already installed or not. If it is not installed, just go to the documentation and check it, like what are the process and steps that for creating the Azure CLI.
Okay, I have installed Azure CLI, bro. It's not there by default. I have installed and then tried Azure config.
Okay.
It's still didn't. It's not throwing those keys.
Okay,
Okay,
just
bro.
like
One down, bro. IAM users in AWS. The similar concept in Azure. What is that name terminology, bro? Have any idea?
can you repeat the same? Can you repeat the question? I missed it. Sorry.
We have created IAM users in AWS and got the keys.
Correct. Yeah.
And same thing in Azure. How, bro?
In Azure also there is a similar name called as AM. Yeah. Similarly, we have to create a users. One second, I'll just give you information. AWS. So In Azure also, I feel we are calling it IAM only. Yeah, in Azure also IAM only. In Azure also, they're naming it as IAM only. Got it?
In Azure, those 4 keys are mandate, right?
Of course, mandatory. See how, as I said, I mean, just simple, the layman example, like if you want to go to your kitchen, first you have to go to the hall and etc.
Yes.
Right? As I've given a stupid example on the day one. Similarly, for that, it requires 2 keys, access key and secret key for AWS. For Azure, it requires 4 keys. As we discussed, like, it requires some tenant key, subscription key, okay,
Yes.
and all those things, right? Like what we discussed on that day.
Client ID, client secret.
Exactly. Okay, now just just going back to the PPT. I've destroyed it and just going back to the PPT. So we just totally, so far we have covered the taint provision is called file provisioning, local provisioning, and remote provisioning. And along with that, like now we are going a new concept called as data sources. So what exactly these data sources? It's an interesting topic, it's an interesting, but it's a valuable topic actually. So what exactly the data sources? So whatever, let's say like there is something is already exist in the AWS console. Okay. Let's say like, I'm just giving an example. This data sources will be for every services actually. Okay. Well, let's say there is an EC2 instance which is lying in the AWS instance. Okay, console. You want to know the AMI of the EC2 instance without touching into the AWS console. What do you do?
So that EC2 is launched manually or through Terraform.
Okay, that EC2 has been launched, what do you call, manually or EC2, manually or Terraform, you doesn't care. Okay, you do not have an access to the AWS console, but you can access, you have only the programmatic access, not the console access. You can only execute the scripts. You cannot view the console. You want to know the details of that particular EC2 instance, and you want to use that EC2 instance details. What do you do at the time? You got my question, correct?
Yes.
So in those cases, there is a concept called as data sources. If you see on my screen, the definition of that is data sources allow Terraform use information defined outside of Terraform, defined by another separate Terraform configuration or modified by functions. All these technical terms, I just made it a simple way. Like in simple words, we need to grab the information which is exists on the AWS console end, and then we have to use that info to the other piece of code.
It's
Got
like
the point?
It's like importing the existing infrastructure setup.
No, I'm not importing the existing infrastructure. I'm just taking the information of the existing service.
Okay.
I'm just taking the information. I'm not importing it.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Let's go into the live demo and you can see it. Just go to the main.tf. Similarly, comment this one as usually. Let's write a comment as creation of the data sources. Okay. Okay. The first thing, just go to the documentation, registry, provider, AWS, documentation. See, point to be noted, Shaker. All these are services that we already knew it. Every service has their like own data source. Let's say EC2 instance. If you go to the EC2, you have resources and you have everything.
Yes.
And similarly, you have resources, come down. You have data source as well. Okay, come down. Let's say example, I'm opening AWS instance of the data source. Okay.
So for any services from documentation, data sources, we can get it.
Exactly, we have to pick the data sources. So this is a format of anything, any services. This is the format. Basically, we have to follow it. Got it? You got the point, right? See, what I'm
Yes.
saying is, yeah, what I'm doing is, let's copy this one.
Okay.
Copy.
So it will fetch the information of that existing EC2 instance details.
Exactly. Now, what I'll be doing is, see, here are the filters that we can use it. How many we want? You can put 10 filters, no problem. For my case, I'm just putting it a simple way. I want only one filter. Okay. And like, you got to know that there is an instance ID. Let's say like, the instance ID, but you don't know the information of anything. Just think in layman example. Okay. You know the instance ID. Let's go to the AWS instance. Let's say we have this machine, right? Let's say, refresh. Let's say you have only the instance ID information here. You want to know all the other information. Let's say example. Okay.
Okay.
Just put here as the instance ID and what are the things that you want to do it. You want to know. You want to give a name or filter. You have to use in this format, like tag is equal to name and the values similarly to this one. Okay. I'm just giving you an example. I just saved it as of now. I've not written the complete code. Just want to showcase it. I'm just hitting the validate. Success. I'm just hitting the plan. What it is saying, your query returned no results. Please change your search criteria and try again. What it is saying is like, you have to use more filters for making this criteria to work. That's what it is saying actually. You got the point?
So instance ID, with that it is not able to fetch up how it is.
Exactly. Yeah, it is not able to fetch with the same instance ID. So just go to the documentation, add even this one as well. Okay. I'll give you multiple examples. Don't worry in terms of that. Okay? I'm just showcasing you how to get this information. Let's say like you know the AMI. I'm just giving an example. Okay, I'll take another example as well. Let's say like you know the AMI ID and you want to know all the details of the particular one.
So in documentation, they have given 2 filters instance. So with these 2
Yes.
filters, we can get.
Exactly. See, now I've saved it. Let's hit the Terraform plan. We'll see whether it gives us the same result. It is saying that your query still need more information. Okay, and what I'm about to do is, let's go here. In the value, I'll just put it as like, I know the name of the thing is Terraform training. NING. Is it capital T or small t?
Capital T.
Capital T, TRANINING. Abba, what a spelling I've used it now. Sure.
Writing spelling also wrong, bro. Can you check once?
TRANINING. TRANINING. Correct one.
Yes.
Just hit the Terraform plan again. We'll see if we get more information. Yeah. Now what it is saying? No changes. Your infrastructure is up to date. Okay. Now just go back to your code. Okay. Now I want to fetch the information. So hope you remembered on the day 2 class, we have written output concept, correct?
Yes, to know the values.
Yeah, I'm just putting your name just for time being.
So we can use attribute references.
Exactly. So now what I have to use? AWS and instance dot. I'm using the name of this one. Let's say after dot, we have to give something. As of now, I'll not give anything. It gives us all the information of that particular instance. It gives every information actually of the particular information. See, when I save it, now when you hit the same plan button, what happened? IAIN, did you mean the data? Oh, okay. DATA dot. We are using a data, right? That's the reason we have to use data. In normal ways, not required to use the data. See, in plan, it gives all the information. Let's hit that apply button and you'll get to know that what information it is displaying of that particular information, each and everything. See, you're able to see, right? The shaker, it gives us the AMI, public IP, private IP, and all the details of tags, names, blah, 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 each and everything. It is giving the information. See, every information it is giving. Let's say you want to find out the availability zone, just for time being, okay? Just go here. Now what you want to do, you want to find out the availability zone. Dot availability zone. This is an attribute, right?
Yes.
So now I've cleared the screen. I'm hitting the apply button. See, it gives the information of availability zone.
Yes.
So previously it gives the information of everything until we put an attribute. Let's say if you want only the particular information that you want to specify, and here's the information of that. And let's say you want to know the ID. Save it. Hit Terraform apply again. What it is showing?
That instance ID.
Instance ID. Now I want to display a AMI. Let's say example. I want to display an AMI. Where it went?
We have defined the AMI that's script only. No?
Yeah, I understand. But still, just for time being, like we have not used that AMI as a this thing. Or is one thing. 1 second.
Okay,
what I'll do, I'll do one thing. I'll disable this filter. We'll see whether that information can be fetched it. Apply. See, you got the information.
Yes.
ID. Okay, now what I'm saying is, see, in the script, think that there is nothing, you do not have a filter called this thing. Okay, I'm deleting it. Okay. So you have only these two filters. Okay. Now you want to find out the AMI details. Let's say example, you don't know the AMI. Attribute for AMI is AMI only, right? Hit the apply button. What do you got?
Like the AMI type we got it, bro. Now for instance, we have seen what fields we have to give, that way with the tag or instance ID. For any other service like EBS value, what fields in documentation they have given.
Exactly. Now one thing I want to do just want to go and move forward again. Now we got to know that the AMI of this one, correct?
Yes.
Now what I will say is, I'll open the script. What I'll do is, I'll create a new EC2 instance with the response of input and output of that one.
Okay.
You got the point, right? What I'm about to say?
Yes.
Let's copy a simple EC2 instance script. Come down. Paste. Okay. So now previously we know the AMI. That's the reason we have given it. Now let's say you don't know the AMI. You got to know the AMI by using the data sources, correct?
Yes.
Now what I will be doing is, now I'll be using this way. Data dot AWS underscore instance dot foo dot AMI. It means I'm taking the output of this one, this one, and giving input to the another piece of code.
Yes.
You got the point?
Yes, bro.
Got it right? Yeah. Let's
Yes,
see.
yes.
Execute it. Okay. Validate. Spelling mistake. ISNAENCE. It's success. Hit the plan button. Plan command. See, it is executing when go to the up. What it is showcasing, see, AMI. It's picking up from the output of that one. We have not declared anywhere, right? The AMI is this thing, correct or wrong?
Yes, yes, yes.
We have not declared the AMI by default. We have fetched the AMI from the AWS console and we have attached to this one, correct?
Yes, bro.
Hit approve button, command. It's creator, refresh, refresh. So it's creator. Refresh. See, it's created with the name and it used the AMI which we want. Correct. See here.
Yes, bro.
You got it right. What's the exact intention of the data resources that we have to give it? And you don't need to mention this one as output. The reason we mention output here is for our knowing purpose. You can remove this output and you can directly use this one over here.
Yeah, bro. It's similar to attributes to know the values.
Exactly.
But with in attributes, so we can get each parameter wise. Here we can get complete service details.
Exactly. The last, if you remove that last one, you'll get each and every details in terms of an attributes. In the attributes, if you want only the specified, you'll get all the details of resources, the names of those things. If you want to select only the specified attribute, like example, AMI, or you want to set, to know the availability zone, or you want to know the CPU data, everything, ARM. With respect to that, you have to attach it. So you got to know, right? So how we have to write this and let's similar way, if I want to fetch the information of EIP, let's an example, just go here and use this one. Simple 2-line script of EIP. Done. You can attach that to the another instance. So everything, let's go to the VPC. Okay. VPC resources. Everything, everything that we can do it. Data source. See. VPC, see, 2-line. See, he is about to create a new subnet. For that subnet, he is using the existing VPC details over here.
Yes, bro.
So you got it right. How to write a data sources, how we have to use it, and how we have to fetch it.
Yeah.
So now I'll give you a small assignment to you, Shekhar. You just do assignment of fetching the AMI details from the console, and along with that, fetch the VPC details from the console.
Fetching the AMI and VPC.
Yeah, I want AMI details needs to fetch from the console and needs to attach to the new created EC2. I want AMI needs to fetch from the console, not from the EC2 instance. You got it right? What my question is? I'm not saying I want the AMI from the existing EC2 instance. I want the AMI from here. So we have all these things, right? AMI, marketplace, community AMI. I want the information that needs to fetch from directly from here. I need to assign the AMI to the newly created EC2 instance. Similarly, create a subnet. Okay, create a subnet. For that subnet, use the existing VPC. Okay, to do two these things. Okay, so similarly, all these things. Any doubts in data sources, Shekhar?
So data source also we are using to know the value, and we are using that value as an input for other service.
Exactly. Output of, yes, exactly.
Similarly, attributes are we are using, but each parameter attributes will give, and this will give complete.
Exactly, like depends upon your requirement. If you want ARN to be published, you use the ARN to the other piece of code for input. If you want to use an ID, if you want to use an AMI, if you want to use a CPU, anything that you want to use it, you can get it that information. That's the reason, like, I've used a simple English word saying as we need to grab the information which is exists on the AWS console, and then we have to use that info to the another piece of code. Got it?
Yes.
So this is a concept complete of data source. Now the last topic of the day is local values. This is a concept which is similar to the function called merge. Okay, this concept, like what we have done in the merge, you remembered, Shekhar, what we have done in the function called merge?
In merge.
Yeah.
We have mentioned if we want to use more tags.
Exactly. If you want to use the multiple tags for the multiple resources, then we have to use a merge function. Okay, and we have another service. Yes. Okay. Yes, and we have another option as well. Like, it's an alternative option for the merge. That is nothing but the local values. Similar, same concept. Attaching the merge and how we have used the merge over there. Same concept for local values, but it doesn't require any function. Okay, let's take an example for this one. Let's comment it as usual. I'll just put it as creation of what is this? Local values. Okay. Take an EC2 instance. Okay, let's go up. Copy the EIP and EC2 instance. Let's an example. Okay. Copy. Paste. See, I'll use a concept called here locals is equal, locals bracket. I'll put it as name is equal to, I'll use it as something like Raj. Okay. So now what happens is you can use the same tag, whatever used name is equal to Raj in all the services.
Okay.
See, so now for this one, about to create an EC2 instance, right? For this one, you can put it like this. Why it is not typing here? You have to use it local dot Raj. You're understanding, right? Rather than mentioning each and everything over here, it is better to mention, like, if you have a multiple thing, this EIP doesn't support tag actually. Well, let's try to create if it supports a tag or not. Name is equal to Raj. You got it, right? What I'm about to say. Rather than using everything in one thing, you can put it saying as local's name is equal to Raj and use the same concept over here. Automatically it will reflect. Let's check it. Validate. What is this argument? Oh, did I miss anything? Yeah, I missed bracket. I'm missing brackets everywhere. Validate. See what it is saying? A local value, the name Raj has not been declared. A local value, the name has not been declared. What exactly it is doing? I've declared it over here, right? Why it is saying it's not declared? Local. I'm sorry. I used a small mistake. Okay. You guys identified what is the mistake? See, we want the value to be exist over there, right?
Yes, yes. Here
We
in
have to give local.
local.raj we are directly giving.
Yeah, that's wrong. See, we have to give locals. In locals, the one of the tag is name equal to Raj. You can put multiple over here. And for that, if you want to read it, then you have to use local dot
Yes.
name. Got it?
Okay. It's like a brief of map and lookup.
Exactly. It's like, see, we have an options that it depends on our requirement. We have to use it. That's it.
Yeah.
It is similar to the merge. Like if you want to use merge, you are flexible with merge, go ahead with using a merge. You're flexible with local values, go ahead with using the local values. No worries. There is an option that should see it is executing. Let's hit the apply button. I'll create a shell script, man, for this one, rather than typing every time. Apply. So it is creating it. Okay, let's go to the AWS console and let's check what it is creating. I'm hitting refresh button. See here what it assigned.
Raj.
Just go to the EC2 instance. What it assigned over here?
Raj.
Got it, right? So what
Yes,
exactly the intention of using the locals? So any doubts in locals, Shekhar?
No, once I practice, I may get down.
Exactly. So today we have completed the concepts called tainting, the difference between a tainting and destroy, and we have completed the concept of provisionals. In the provisioners, we have gone through the file provisioning, we've gone to the local exec, and we have gone through the remote exec. And next we have next we've gone through the data sources, and we've gone through the local values. As I said, local values is like an alternate for the merge function.
Yes.
Okay, man. Any doubts? And that's it for the day. Any doubts so far?
No problem.
Okay, chalo. If you have any doubts, like you can shoot out. Okay.
Okay.
You can call me anything. Okay.
Okay.
Chalo, Raj. Then see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.